Welcome back, everyone. Michelle Hernandez joins us this morning. She wants to talk about epilepsy, and she wants us to know what it's like to have epilepsy. And there is a fundraiser coming up this weekend. Michelle, thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us about living with epilepsy. Sort of go through your life with epilepsy.
I had my first seizure when I was 11 months old. I was diagnosed. I had febrile seizures where I'd only have a seizure when I had a fever over 100. Later on in childhood, well, about 10 years old, they went away. So we thought, but they didn't. They turned into absence seizures, which are staring spells. And I'll be looking at you talking like we're doing now, and I can just stare off for like 10, 15 seconds, and that's it. A lot of people don't know that's a seizure, so a lot of my teachers thought I was just daydreaming.
How did this affect your going to school? How did it affect friendships with other children?
It never really had an effect on friendships. A lot of times with my learning, I didn't have any learning disabilities or anything, but if the teacher was talking and I had a seizure, I would miss that part. And when you have a seizure, your brain shuts down. So I would completely miss whatever the teacher said, I didn't pick up.
But you were able to work, you worked, and then recently you have had brain surgery.
Last January, I had brain surgery, and I've been seizure-free since.
Isn't that wonderful? What did you have?
A right temporal lobectomy. They removed my entire right temporal lobe, and I had no side effects from it.
What do you want folks to know about dispelling myths and overcoming stigmas for folks with epilepsy?
Never put anything in somebody's mouth when they're having a seizure. It's one of the oldest myths, and it can cause damage, and it's impossible to swallow your tongue. It's completely impossible. It's just one of the old myths. 1 in 26 people are going to be diagnosed with epilepsy, and there's a thing called sudden unexpected death in epilepsy that kills 1 in 100 people. Epilepsy actually kills 50,000 people a year, which is more than breast cancer and lung cancer combined.
Can that be prevented or not?
It can be prevented. There's ways. You just have to know seizure safety about when somebody's having a seizure, to always lay them on their side. Don't ever hold them down. Don't put anything in their mouth. Time the seizure. If it lasts more than 3 minutes, call an ambulance. Just small stuff like that.
Okay, so that is really, really good information. Is there a website for folks to learn more about dealing with epilepsy?
There is. They can look at my foundation site. I'm working on an actual website, but I have someone making that for me, so right now I work off of Facebook. You can go to facebook.com and type in Turning the World Purple, and you can find it there.
Now, you're hosting a fundraiser this weekend at Walmart in Alexandria.
On North
Tell
Mall
us
Drive.
about it.
You can come out. We have plate lunches, baked goods. We're going to have music. It's a lot of fun. We had one last weekend on Walmart on 28 West. This one's going to be on North Mall Drive. We have one February 8th in Marksville. We have one February 15th in Kingsville. And we're going back to Marksville on the 1st of March. That's where I'm originally from, but I've been living in Alexandria for about 5 years.
And the money raised goes into what?
Goes into epilepsy awareness research for a cure. I was going to LSUS in Shreveport. They couldn't help me. They had to send me to Houston. My initial goal is to put an epilepsy center in Tulane so that people don't have to travel out of state to get the care they need.
Again, you were telling me 1 out of every how many?
1 out of every 26 people will be diagnosed with epilepsy.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Well, thanks so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
So we'll have more Good Day Cenla coming up, but here's the information on that fundraiser happening this weekend.